Hello, hello, hello. Very good evening to you. I'm so excited to be here. It's a beautiful, beautiful evening. How are you? How was work today? I'm just trying to, set up the stage while I wait for my amazing guest today. I know, it's so cool. It's April, the month of April, and we're talking about autism. If you've been following my profile, I have done a few lives where I've given a bit of intro on what autism is all about. From my amazing little knowledge, I like to say that there is so much to learn in this world that we are living in. But the little that I know, yes, I have. I am sharing, still sharing. Hello. And so I'm so excited because today, hello, Dele. I'm so excited because this evening I have another opportunity again to talk more about this topic that is, I won't say it's silent, it's out there. But not a lot of people are informed, or should I say are aware about what it looks like, what it feels like. I don't want to say what it tastes like, but it's not food. So it's always an amazing opportunity, especially in this month of April, since that's a month that has been dedicated for this amazing cause. Hello, Ma. Good evening, Ma. To talk on this topic. And so, because of that, I personally, is dear to my heart, and I always like to give more insight and talk about it so that as many people who are not aware of this topic or don't know so much about it in this month that has been dedicated for autism awareness, will get a chance to add on top of the knowledge they already have on autism. And I have an amazing guest speaker who will be joining us shortly to have us a good conversation. I call it a conversation because it's not a lecture, it's not a talk. It's a chat. It's a conversation that we're going to. So I'm not talking over you. You're not talking over me. We're having this conversation about what it looks like, what it feels like for families who have or who are, or should I say, are experiencing autism in their life because of a friend, a family member. It's, I tell you, it's a different ball game. It's not something that you can put in words, even if you try so hard to verbalize it. But the beautiful thing about autism is, and I say beautiful because it is beautiful, we have great men and women who are autistic, who have shown their inner strength. They've revealed, and that's the word I want to use, that it is possible to live a good life, a good quality of life. And now, even though I have said that, I need to also put this disclaimer in there to say that autism is a spectrum. I'm doing my hand like this and I realize you can't see me. Autism is a spectrum. And for a spectrum, for as many people who understand the concept of what I mean by spectrum, it's a range. It's a range. With colors, you have ranges. You know how you have pink, and then you hear someone say baby pink, you have dark pink, you have fuchsia pink, and all of this. Hello, Deto. It's a range, and because it's a range, it means that different people, or should I say it this way, everyone is going to behave differently. I cannot say, you cannot say that this is how someone with autism is going to react or behave life. However, the quality of life that they have, based on the care that they get and the support that they have, can be improved. We know people who, when I say we, I personally, and also if you listen to the news and you watch, that severely disabled, can't walk, can't talk, literally are being helped hand to foot. And we have on the other end of the spectrum, they are high functioning, they get on with life. However, remember I've said autism is a spectrum. For those who are just joining me, I should probably pin a topic down, shouldn't I? Let me do that. Welcome, everyone. Let's see what I can put in the chat while I'm talking. I think I can put a few things there. Okay, I'll put this. We're going live. It says we're going live, but we are live. We are live. And so because of that, it's important not to judge when you look at people, because you cannot tell, because it's not like a facial thing that you look at someone and say, oh, this person has autism. Oh, that person has autism. Oh, it's not that. Haven't said that. There are a lot of haven't said that. Okay, it didn't. Okay. Okay, I'll leave that. Let me see if I can pin it. Pin comment. Okay, that's good. So people know what we're talking about when they join in and not like, what is Stokes talking about? Thank you. So autism, like I said, is a spectrum, and it's not showing on anyone's face. There are some I'm trying to use my words very carefully because it's a very sensitive topic, as you can imagine. There are some things that happen to you that you can quickly, or should I say easily, tell that, oh, this person has this. You know, when you have malaria, you show some signs, some symptoms. For autism as well, it's not a facial thing. Behavior can let you know, definitely without a shadow of doubt, that this person or this child, this, you know, this auntie, this uncle, or this person is different. And now, when I say different now, you know, we've had that conversation. Who defines what different is? Who is the person telling us what different is? Autism is not an illness. It's neurological in nature. It's a brain thing. And depending on the plasticity, oh, I'm not speaking grammar. That's not the plan. But what happens is that the brain develops, and in the brain development stage, at some point in time, it's still developing. And I like to say it's not caught up, it's not catch up, whichever English word you want to use and to say it. And so because of that, milestones that for years have been used to measure, to track, that when a child is between 0 to 6 months, let's keep it simple, even 0 to 3 months, 6 to 9 months, you know, 9 months to 12 months, there are certain milestones, that's the word that is being used, based on statistics, based on data, that when a child is from 0 to 3 months, this is what we expect to see. From 3 months to 6 months, this is what we expect to see. So that is the normal. That is the normal. When my guest speaker comes in, I will let her in. I'm just scrolling through to make sure. Yeah, she's not here yet. When she joins in, then she'll join in the conversation as well. And if you have anything to say as well to support this conversation, please just put in the chat there. And if you want to join me live, you have a few things to say, then just request and I would accept you in here to join in the conversation. Thank you. I appreciate everyone who's here. I see Bukenya Children Ministry. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So, like I was saying, so autism is like that. And because that is the way it is, it has to be treated individually by the nature of what it is. It's not one size fits all. It's not one cap fits all. That cannot be the way that autism is looked at and responded at. And for every child who is not meeting those milestones, for parents who are observant and for those who are non-observant, because some things you give it time. So you have to weigh it out. Hi, Abby. You have to weigh it out because you now need to tell yourself, okay, is my child autistic because I called him, he didn't respond to his name, or because he's lining up his toys, or because he's rocking back and forth, or because he's not speaking yet? So it's all about being aware, and that is why I'm so, interested in this topic, because if we get it right, and you start early, you start right. You set up, like I said, children grow and they are still growing. From babies, they are growing. From early years, from 0 to 5, the formative years, Everything we do at that point matters. It makes a massive difference, honestly. So if you can get it at that point in time, don't get me wrong, if you didn't get it there, doesn't mean that that's the end of the world. But I'm just saying that if we catch it, see, they catch it, grab it, if we are aware from 0 to 5, what it looks like, if peradventure you notice anything that smells like it, you'll be more cautious and you will take all the steps that you need to take, to help a child, a parent. I know that caregivers, for example, be it childminders or the nursery, one of the jobs that they have to do is they have to observe children when they come into the nursery or into a setting. And part of the reason they do that is the parent will tell me, this is my child. They will check what the parent has said to make sure we all match, because we all need to be going in the same direction. There's no division. We all need to be going in the same direction. And so by doing that, it needs to be aligned, and it lets the caregiver know, the setting, the practitioner, the nanny, whoever it is, that yes, what mommy said, what dad said, what grandma said, what grandpa said, auntie, uncle, whoever it is that is caring for this child, be it a parent or a carer, we are aligned. And then milestones, targets will then be set for this child with an expectation of, this is where you are, this is where we expect you to be. Expected, exceeding. Don't worry if you don't understand what I'm saying. This nutshell is that there is an expectation for the child. And so we'll be working with the child. I'll be working with the child. You'll be working with the child as a parent, as a carer, and also the in the setting, in the nursery that they are attending to monitor their development, their learning and development, because you need to know that every child is unique. And we need to create an enabling environment for them. Whatever setting they are, even at home, you need to create an enabling environment. There needs to be positive relationship between you and the child. That is why every child has a key worker, because building relationship, building trust, it starts from you see how I said start right, start young, start right, it just makes it easier. It makes it so easier when we do it that way. So now autism, like I said, is all about neurons, it's all about, the brain development. And because it's different for everyone, you could be sitting down with an autistic person and you perhaps do not know, hey, my guest is in the house. Awesome. Please request to join me live. And then I will, yes. And you will not know. You will not know because, yes, it's not written on the face. Like Down syndrome has a facial look. Autism is not like that. However, having said that, because I did a course, there are some things that you can pick out with experience and with a bit of some facial distinctive characters that you could see, but it's not very, very obvious to every other person. For every other person, it's fine. So there are some things there, but for facially, it's not so visible. If you see someone with Down syndrome, for example, if someone is having an epileptic, you can tell. Now, with autism, depending on how they are on the scale, if a child is always like that, covering their ears because of sound, they're sensitive to light. Okay, let me see Wayne Nation. Okay, Wayne Nation hasn't requested yet, so let me see if I can. Okay, I haven't seen you. Why am I not seeing you? Who is watching? You're not here. Okay. I think they've gone out. Okay. Ejiro, if you're here, please send a request. I just looked for you now. I can't find you. I know you're here. Making eye contact. Exactly. Thank you, Abby. So this is what I'm saying. So if they are not making eye contact from the country that I'm originally from, typically we don't look into people. You don't look into our elders. It's disrespectful. The moment you start looking at a grown-up, at an elder, you are considered rude. In this part of the world, you have to look. If not, it's considered rude. So you can imagine. So I guess culture plays a part is what I'm trying to say. So because your child is not looking at you, you probably won't think, oh, not an issue. And it probably is not. But it could. You see what I mean? That is why I said being open, being sensitive, being aware is what we all need at this point in time. Because it's a journey at a time, a step at a time that will take us there to a world whereby we are accepting and inclusive of everyone, because we all are not the same. Now, another common one for autistic children is name. You call them, they don't respond to their name. Oh, they'll say, oh, he does not have respect. I remember a scenario where I thought, oh, he can't hear. He can't hear. And then you play Coco Melon, or you play Baby Finn, or you play Miss Rachel, and they go vroom. They run with the speed of light, like, what? He can't hear. He can't hear. So you're thinking, so why is he not responding to my name? Okay, I've seen a request now. And you're wondering, why are they not? Okay, let me go here. Accept. See if it comes true now. Well, I have my guest in the house. So I guess this is what I'm trying to say. With autism is different. And I want you and I want me, just like I said, when you're on the bus and the shops, when you are out in the world, the beautiful world that we are living in. Okay, I'll do the request again. Accept, go live. Where sometimes it take a minute or two. I don't understand why, but yeah, it does that sometimes. So we just keep trying and we trust that it will work. Go live with. I can see your request, Ejiro, so don't worry about that. Sometimes it does this, I don't know why. And so when you see that person, when you are out and about, you are more compassionate. You are kinder, if that is the word, I believe it is, because in your head or in your mind, you are thinking, that is an autistic child, that is an autistic person. Okay. Ejiro, he just came back with me and said you cannot join the live, and I don't know why. It just come up as an error message right now. So I don't know if you want to use your personal account instead of Wayne Nation. Let's try that and see if it works. Hopefully you can hear me. So autism is a spectrum. Hey, you're here. Oh, it says you've left now. I was excited for a minute there. I'll keep the excitement for when you come back. But that was good. At least it lets me know you can join. So excited much. So for those who are just joining, I'll say again, hello and welcome. Okay, evening. Thank you, Mama. Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm so glad you're here for this special conversation as we mark Autism Awareness Month. If you haven't met me before, my name is Tox. I am a mom coach. I am passionate about helping moms navigate life with clarity, with confidence, and community. And today we are doing something very, very close to my heart, talking openly about autism. Hey, you're in the house. Welcome. Oh, I keep saying I take these glasses off you till I see you. I need.
Why haven't you talked? You've come across me so many times. You're small.
Because you're not wearing it when I see you. That's why. That's not what you're wearing when I see you. That's what. Oh, you look lovely as always. Welcome and thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Can you see me properly?
I can see you very well. Yeah, very well.
Should I wear some lip gloss, or this is just fine?
Yes, why not? Why not? I'm wearing a brown tone. I don't know if it's very beautiful, but I did like nude today.
It's pretty.
Yeah. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much. I see we have a few people join the house. Hey, Kite, that's a long time. Hi, Kite. OBC events. Thank you so much for joining. Good evening, everyone. I was doing a short introduction before my amazing guest joined us in. And I said, if you haven't met me before, my name is Tokes. I'm a mom coach. I help moms, to navigate life with confidence, clarity, and community. I so much believe in community spirit. And so I belong to a lot of community for that reason. And today we're discussing something close to my heart, talking openly about autism. Now, I know for many of you, especially busy working parents, dad, moms. Autism can feel like a topic that we should know more about, but maybe don't fully understand. So you know a little bit, but not so much, and that's okay. This space is for learning, asking questions, and gaining clarity without judgment. I am not an expert on autism, but by experience, by researching, by knowledge, I believe that and learning as well, I can talk openly and freely about this topic. Um, I'm beyond excited to be joined by a phenomenal guest who brings expertise, yes, because she does a bit of work in that field, and empathy to this conversation. And I use that word with such gladness in my heart. If you know my speaker, you will know she's a person of hearts. That's why I'm saying that. So there are some jobs you do. I work in the food industry, as many people know. Amongst the other things I do, working with food, I personally believe that I have a level of compassion with it, because let me explain what I mean by compassion. For food we make, when it's not right, there is something in me that I'll be like, let's not send this food out, because it could be my mother, my father, my sister, my grandfather, my sister, a friend that will eat it, and it would upset their stomach, and we don't want anyone to be ill from any food that we make. And even as a food business owner as well, I'm passionate and making sure that every food that we give out and we sell out, cereals that we sell out, is safe for human consumption. That's where the compassionate arm is, in terms of what I'm saying. So it's not all about profit, 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 but it's making sure people eat healthy food. And so my guest is exactly the same. Empathy. She's bringing empathy to this conversation. Her name is Ejiro Gigi Daniels. Um, um, and she works with children, she works with families, to provide support, the kind of support to help them thrive, not just survive. That's literally what she does. And she'll be breaking down to us, in a way that is more real, more relatable, and so needed. So whether you're a parent, whether you're a teacher, a friend, or simply curious, you found your way here by just scrolling through Instagram, or you're invited here, you wanted to know what autism really means, you are in the right place. So get comfortable, bring your questions, and let's get into this eye-opening conversation together. It's a conversation, guys. It's a conversation. So I am so excited again. And I will say, Ejiro, you ready to say hello, hi to everyone?
Hello,
So I pause for a minute
everybody.
there.
Hello. Good evening. I hope you're well. I hope your day has been good so far. Or let me say your day has been good, but your week has been good so far. Please, if you are loving the weather, raise your hands up.
I am. See, I'm in my shorts. Can you
Yeah,
see?
because there's something about when the sun just beams. It's when it just beams somewhere,
Mm,
how low you're feeling, your spirit just does a pick up instantly. So I know that we have different seasons, but now we're in the spring.
mm-hmm.
So just taking it all in can help just uplift you. So I know that everyone is going through a lot, but when you see that ray, that sun ray,
Mm,
that is so chilly, just smile. Just know that there's sort of
yes,
hope. Like a hope is just somebody telling you there's hope somewhere. There's hope somewhere.
that's right.
So I'm loving the weather, and I'm really grateful
Yes.
that my default state of mind. Very
Mm,
grateful all the
mm-hmm.
time. So even though the week has been very hectic,
Yes.
and one is going through a season of their life, I'm really grateful. So once again, welcome. Hello, it's nice to have you here wherever you are joining in from.
Yes.
You are appreciated, and we don't take this for granted. Welcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So we're going to go straight into our topic. I think we have about a good 30 minutes to have a good conversation.
Great.
Um, and if we start right now, so I've given a bit of insight for those who are just joining us in terms of what autism is,
Yeah.
and that it is a spectrum. No two person is the same. It's a range. Think of colors, like I said. If we think about pink, there's baby pink, there's light pink, there's dark pink, there's fuchsia pink, there's all shades of it.
Yes.
That is the way it is. So no one is the same.
No.
So you could be sitting beside someone who is nice and calm and quiet, that is autistic, and you could be with someone who is full of energy and loud and all over the place. Those who are the huggy, touchy person, I like hugs.
Oh, I love
And they
hugs.
are the ones who are like, do
Hugs.
not touch
I
me.
love
Yeah, I do too.
I love
Do not touch me. Don't come near me. You know, Even to look at you, to touch you, to a handshake, they're like, no, just keep your distance away from me. That is what I'm talking about. And there are those who are severely challenged in terms of their body. They can't walk, they can't do things for themselves. And there are those who wake up in the morning, they'll brush their teeth, they'll have their bath, put on cream on their body, wear their coat. And there are those who can't do any of that. You have to help them. You see how it's so different and why you cannot judge, because it's
absolutely.
a spectrum. And you can't look at them and say, oh, I think it doesn't work that way. I wish it did. It doesn't
It
work that
doesn't
way.
work.
That's why a diagnosis is required for autism. Once you notice anything, I always say start right, start
Yeah.
early. Just visit your health visitor, because that's typically children between 0 to 12 months. You still be with health visitors, and you have reviews, you have health reviews. Those are the points they'll be asking you. They'll ask you to fill form. They'll be asking you questions, because I remember for timing they were asking me questions. Oh, is he doing this? Is he doing this yet? I'm wondering, why are they asking me all these questions? There is a reason. It's
Absolutely.
always a reason. There's always a reason. So, Ejiro, to start us in this conversation now in terms of understanding autism. So, if you've ever or have you worked with an autistic person before, and for someone if you have, how would you explain what autism is really like from the few or for the less interactions that you have had?
Great. Now, autism, I'm sure Tox has introduced. My name is my name is
Yeah.
Ejiro, and I'm a lot of things. I wear a lot of hats. A speaker, a personal growth and development consultant. Then also I've delved into PBS, which is an area of working with um, young people, children and young people with
Mm.
learning disability,
Yeah.
which of course autism is one of it. So
Yeah.
from the PBS standpoint, autism spectrum disorder, of course, which you know as ASD,
Yeah.
is a neurodevelopmental condition
That's right.
that affects how people communicate,
Yeah.
how they interact,
That's
how
right.
they learn.
Yes.
So spectrum meaning it affects people differently, like we were saying earlier. It
Yeah.
affects people differently. Not two people are the same, and there is no single way to be autistic. So you don't say how an autistic person, this is how
Mm.
really be, because you see two autistic people, but you're going to be
Mm.
behaving differently. It's
Yeah.
also, it's not an illness,
Yes.
but it's a difference how the brain is wired,
Yeah.
how it simulates things, leading
Mm.
to its unique
Yeah.
strength, and
Yeah.
at the same time, it's amazing how someone who's autistic, either a child or an adult, how there's a strength and there's a
Mm.
challenge. It's
That's
really,
right.
so that's what autism is from the PBS standpoint. And of course, PBS means positive practitioner support, or positive practitioner lead, right?
Hmm.
Positive
Yes.
behavior practitioner. So that's what a PBS. That's what I really delved into that. I do, and when I work with people who have or they've been diagnosed with autism. So that would be the definition of it.
Awesome. And I totally agree. And I think before then, or before I had any clue what autism is, you probably think it's hereditary. And there is a lot of drama online when you start Googling, where you hear people say it's hereditary. There is nothing to back it up to say it is hereditary at this point in time.
It's
Um,
not hereditary.
yeah,
It's not.
it's not. It's not passed down from one person to the other. However, having said that, I know of families whereby the children all have autism, all different ranges, different spectrums on
Yes.
it. And so, like I always say, there are a lot of unknowns when it comes to autism. I know research is still going on in terms of trying to understand why it is or what the cause is. I know for a fact that no one can give an answer, but just tell you that it is caused by neurons right now. That's all we have
Absolutely.
to go with. And so, because of that, there is nothing to fix.
No, no,
I-
there was nothing.
I'll say that again.
Yeah.
There is nothing to fix. The child is not broken. My child is not broken. We are going to come into their world and invite them into our world, just like we are inviting them into our world. So it's an exchange, give and
Absolutely.
take, give and
Mhm.
take, like a seesaw, like a seesaw. I give you, you give me. That is what we're going to do. I'm going to teach you how to button up your shirt, you know, I'm going to teach you how to wear your trousers. I'm going to teach you how to feed. It's the learning journey. And oh my gosh, it's amazing. If you watch a lot of well, you might not, but if you've seen some moms when they share, oh, he just said mama, and they're screaming and they're just, you will not understand. You will not
Absolutely.
understand because it's the child that hasn't spoken.
Absolutely. And
And now he's had his first word saying mama, or he claps. He claps on an instruction. Clap and he goes, and they post it on social media and everyone is singing and celebrate and yeah, jubilating because like this is a
that,
major milestone.
that is their celebration. So you would not be able to understand that you're walking in that shoes,
Yeah,
how that is a huge milestone worth
yeah,
celebrating. It's so big, because of the challenges that come with it. So
yes.
definitely.
Yeah. Hi, Loveline. I see you. Thank you so much. It's good to have you here. So yes, that's a bit about autism, and we cannot exhaust in terms of signs and symptoms of what an autistic person. Hi, Abby Jacob. Hello. um, we can't exhaust in terms of the signs and symptoms of what autism look like. We can only list as much as we can. Well, I can anyway, list as much as I can from my experience and again from research notes in terms of what it is. And it looks like eye contact being one of the things, not responding to their names, lining up toys, swinging back and front or rocking, and sometimes staring at light, bright light, or just staring into the air and it looks like they're in a trance in a world of their
Yeah.
own, repeating songs or watching things over and over. And I do that a lot if I must say so myself. Over and over and
Let
over
me tell you
again.
something. There's a saying,
Yes.
repetition is the law of deep and lasting impression. The
Mm,
more you repeat something, is going to imbibe in your spirit and is going to
mm,
make a huge impact.
mm.
So now talking about these aspects you've mentioned now for um signs that are of an autistic person, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna drop something which when I was introducing what it meant, the different brain wing.
Mm,
So an autistic brain, processes information, and interacts in a different way than
mm.
another person will.
Yeah.
So because it's because of how they're assimilating it in ways that are different from what is considered typical, what
Yes.
is considered in quote normal to
That's right.
somebody else. But then one of the things, okay, maybe I'm going ahead of me because I'm sure you're going to ask. Okay, so for PBS, how do we really? So I think I'm jumping above I'm jumping.
Okay then.
So
Well, anyway, thank you for supporting it. And Yabi has just said steaming. Absolutely steaming, flapping of their hands,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. Yes, and they like jumping as well. So trampoline, bouncing. In fact, the other day I was watching, and then a lady said that, "Do we know that jumping actually balances the brain?" I didn't know that, but that's what she said.
Okay,
She said,
I think I'm going to pick up on that. Now, talking about that, I went somewhere the other day and I saw the huge trampoline, and I was thinking, why don't you have a trampoline? It's amazing the kind of exercise, amazing what is how it stimulates you, and it's
"Yes,
a huge form of exercise. And for me, who wants to lose a bit of weight from all the food that think I should get a trampoline. I think I should get a trampoline. Yeah.
yeah." So yeah, so those are a few things, and it's like I said, it's not limited, excuse me, to all this. Food, they are picky, fussy eaters. They can eat chicken nugget from now till forever till thy kingdom come. They're stuck in routines. That's the word to use. They are very routine focused. This is the way
Yes.
when you are going out, they know where you are going because we've done it a couple of times. I know where I'm going to. If you
Yeah.
go left or right, they'll be like, "That's not the way. That's not the way. That's not the way." you know, and they like you to let them know what is going on because they are people of pattern and routine. So if you're going to change your direction for whatever reason, you're not going to this way, you need to let them know this is the way we are going. So some people use PEC cards. They use cards like visual cards to show TV, and then they'll give you TV because I want to watch TV because they're visual. And Pika, there are some who everything goes in the mouth.
Yes.
Everything goes because they are sensory like that, and they are tasting the world through their mouth,
They
tasting the world through their hands. So they'll come. I don't know if you've ever seen a child who comes to you and is just doing like this or just touching your
yeah,
body and just, and you're wondering, you think it's rude? They're experiencing the world. That's the way of experiencing the world. So they like touching, feeling, sensory natures. They go touching everywhere,
yeah.
feeling everything, investigative in nature. They might
Curious,
decide to open the pillow
curious.
to see what is inside the
Very,
pillow. Sorry?
they're very curious as
Yes,
well. Curious.
very curious, exploring the world. Yes, absolutely. Which is one of the elements for early years, one of the things that is being checked for children. So they are adventurers. So that's food. Then in terms of sleep, oh my gosh, sleep can be one of the major challenges that they have because they are very awake. So getting them to quieting down can be a lot
Yeah.
of work, a lot of work. and can be
Yeah.
very exhausting if you have a 9 to 5 job. So, like I said, it's not limited. There's so many things. The attention span as well is very short, and so having an occupational therapist helps with that. Speech therapist will help with their speaking their language. And bear in mind, from what the speech therapist has told me, communication in terms of verbal is actually the lowest number in terms of ranking of communication. So you have the
Yeah.
body, your body language actually speaks more
Yeah.
loud than your words, apparently. I'm saying this to say that, I remember another one. They lead you by the hand. So when they want something, they lead you to it. They use gestures. They lead you. I just remember that. They lead you to it. But they are fun, they are pleasant, and they have moments that they have their outbursts. And I think that's normal because if you're like me, I have moments that I'm like, and I have moments that I'm like, get away from me. Don't even come close. Just stay away from me. They do the same as well. They do the same as well. And their happiness, if you don't understand it, you won't know it's happiness. So they could be shouting, but they are happy. Very happy, if I must say so. So, like Ejiro said, understanding and being aware of all of this allows us to be kinder and show empathy more for parents or to that child and not label them, which is what I think we put them in a box. I don't know, Ejiro, did you see on I think I saw it on TikTok, I also saw it on Instagram, or is it Facebook, about I don't want to say the wrong age of the child, but I'll say 10-year-old in case I'm wrong, who drew Guinness World Record last week, who won a Guinness World Record in Nigeria. He did a beautiful edifice. I was just like, nah, and he's autistic. Oh, you didn't see that? Yeah, I saw it and I'm like, nah, that's what we're talking about.
I'm
Hello, Mr. Wara. That's what we're talking about. So I guess this is what I'm trying to say. Being autistic is not the end of the world because it's a spectrum. It's all about working with the child, working with the person to improve the quality of life that they live. Now let's go straight because of our time. I'm going to go next to another question and say, you know, I'm thinking of how to say it now. What are some of the emotional, or should I say practical challenges that parents of autistic children face? So this is, we're talking about the parents right now in terms of what they face when they are out there in the world, like to the best of your knowledge, what you have seen or experienced or heard of or watch if you're like me, because I do watch, I'm passionate about autism, so I do watch clips and videos and anything related to that topic, I will spend a minute or two to look at it. What are some of the challenges they face? And this is now the corrective action. So we talk about what they face as parents of or caregiver of an autistic person. Now, how can we, every other person, who does not have this, how can we be more supportive? Because I guess someone will say to me, Tooks, I hear you loud and clear, but what do I do? What do I do?
So,
What can you say to us, please, on that?
yeah. Now, parents and caregivers of autistic children or any member of the family, one of the strongest challenges they face is stigmatization.
Mm.
There's a huge stigmatization, which is
Yeah.
sad. Which is sad because from the layman point of view, you are seeing an autistic person, child or adult, as not
Mhm.
normal.
Yes.
And they see you as not normal. So they see you as not normal. They are normal
Yeah.
because of now, because they are very good with their routines, they have a form of communication, they have we talked about their, how they interact from their side of their brain,
Yeah.
they have three, so all those things which we take for granted, which we do not put into practice, the touch, the smell, the taste, they
Mm.
use all that
Yeah.
every single day, right?
Yes.
So stigmatization, a lot of parents, a lot of caregivers, even people who work with them, sometimes when you have to step out with them, you feel like sort of like embarrassed or ashamed,
Mm.
which is
Mm.
which is, which is sad, um, because one of the things you need to understand, if you're a caregiver, if you're a parent, if you did not have it, you will have to
Mm.
develop it. It's empathy.
Yes.
You just have to develop it because you cannot sustain your,
Mm.
your environment if you don't have that. You're going to have to be extremely patient.
Yes.
And then there's also something I talk about a lot, energy. Now, they feel your energy like this.
Mm.
So if you step into the presence of an autistic person, or when
Mm.
you might think you're just going about your normal business, you're
Mm.
just acting how you're acting, but they're watching you, they're very attentive. You
Yeah.
think they might not feel they're not, because maybe if especially they're non-verbal, you feel
Yeah.
they're not really seeing me, they're not really hearing me.
Mm.
They sense, they see, they
Mm.
understand faster than you think you do.
True.
So they
True.
feel the energy. You have to walk into the presence, and if you're like, "Oh, hi, Michael, how are you? Are you okay?" They might just look at you. They might just be calm. They're not saying anything,
Yeah.
but they pick up on that energy, and they already know it's positive. It holds.
Yes.
There's kindness there. There's a smile behind it. Do you understand? There's excitement. They pick up on all those vibes. So
Yes.
when I am around them, maybe because that's why I pick up on energy a lot. I pick up on it. I might not say anything, but I just watch you. I'm just watching. I
Yeah.
just observe and not saying anything. That's what they do because they do not really say much, but they observe.
Mm.
So they that energy. Now
Yes.
we started from stigmatization
Yeah.
for those who are caregivers or parents, right? That's what they
Yes.
face. And
Yes.
on the other side, if you have to be around them, you need to watch your energy. You need
Yeah.
to um, watch your body language. You need to be
That's
aware
right.
of those things if
Mm.
you are around. Um, for another thing that caregivers and parents face is judgment. It's
Yes.
really sad again.
Mm.
Why? Because for some reason you're just gonna feel they did something wrong, or they
Mm.
didn't do something.
Yes.
Probably was it during the time of conception, pregnancy?
Yes.
Is it a
Yeah.
family cause? So there's a lot of things that come with it.
Yeah.
That's why most times people shy away from even admitting that they have an autistic child
Yeah.
or an autistic person in their midst, because they just
That's
feel,
right.
oh, it's not possible. It's a sort of
Yeah.
rejection, like this cannot be
Yeah.
happening to me. You're going to question yourself. You're going to question your
Yeah.
life. You're going to question your choice. You're going to question every single thing. You
Yes.
feel something has gone wrong. You feel
Yes.
your life is falling apart.
Mm.
And you know what happens? You do not even realize that you are going to that energy. You're just is a transferred. You're going to put it on that child. Do you
Yes.
understand? So they're going
Yes.
to feel like, it's my fault. Life is not good because of me. Mommy is not happy because of me. Daddy is angry because of me. So there's stigmatization. There is judgment. People
Yeah.
judge. When they step out, there's a
Yeah.
judgment, there's a question. So what happens is, already, even before you come out with your child or you go out, you do anything, you already build a wall.
That's
So
right.
you built a wall right now because you get very defensive. You get very defensive because you're going to feel like people are going to be like, they're going to be asking questions, they're going to be looking at
Yes.
you.
Looking at you, staring at you.
You
Yeah.
don't feel free. You don't enjoy yourself. You don't allow yourself be. You don't inhale and exhale because you feel, oh, Michael is going to go now. He's going to run out. He's going to run out of the store. He's going to
Yeah.
do this. So literally, you're walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
There's so much tension.
Yes.
There's so much stress. So stigmatization, judgment. Then the third thing I would say that parents or caregivers go through is stress.
Yeah.
A high element
Of stress.
because
Yeah.
they're thinking like, what we're going to do, how we're going to handle this. Here, I can do this. So they feel like shut down. They feel like, they're just, they can't do anything. Now, what we can do as
Yes.
people who are looking from the outside
Yes.
is be kind.
That's
You
right.
have to be kind.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a lot of compassion in you.
Yeah.
You have to be non-judgmental. You need to show support. And then I would say one of the biggest problems is that you have to have empathy. So you're
Yes.
going to put yourself in that person's shoes.
Yes.
And probably if you can walk a mile in it, you're going to see how are they feeling? What are they thinking? How are they resting? How are they juggling daily routines? It's a lot of work
Yes,
because
it
you're
is.
constantly needing to pay attention.
Oh.
Constantly
Yes.
pay attention. So what we need
Yeah.
to do from the outside, that's why you see things like this, programs like this, talks like this are not just only meant for, because the autistic person has no business with this conversation what we're having right now, right?
Absolutely.
This
Yes.
is for the caregiver, the parent, right?
That's right.
Members, people who are around them, the community,
That's right.
those around. This is for them so that they know how
Yeah.
to handle. Because, like I said, the autistic person thinks you are the one who's not normal. They see themselves like they're okay. They see themselves like they are in charge of things. They're smart because they're always very smart.
Yes,
They're
they are.
active. Do you understand? They're very
Yeah.
they know these things, right? They might not just communicate with you like how you and I
You would
communicate.
expect them to.
Yes, so can you sit down here and everything? They can just that. So that whole sentence of, can you come and sit down here and bring it might be just this finger like that. They've communicated all what you and I have said verbally. It's not
That's
verbal.
right.
So
Yeah.
we need to show those things as people looking from the outside.
Yeah.
Support is huge, which means you might be somewhere, you might have a family member, you might know someone who
Yes.
children, either they're verbal or nonverbal.
Yes.
Support. How can I help? What can I do? You see them struggling with a child. Oh, can I help you hold the bag while you do this? Show support.
Yes.
Stand there and feel, oh, when is this going to end? Oh my goodness, you must be going through. Instead of talking and trying to analyze what they're going through,
Yes.
extend that hand and say, what can I help you do? Oh, do you know what? Why don't I open the car door? Why don't I hold the bag? Why you do this? Because they're struggling.
Yeah.
They are struggling.
Yeah.
The child as well is sensing your whole your whole energy, and
Yes.
they're upset. They're also getting triggered,
Yes.
right? About
Yes.
how so-called mommy's friend or daddy's friend or neighbor or whoever
Yes.
reacting to them, right? So those are some of the things that um, a caregiver or parents goes through, and these are some of the things that we have to be conscious and intentional about, especially if you know one, two persons, people that have either children or relatives or anybody around them that is autistic. So
Absolutely.
I hope that that helps. Those are some of the things we need to.
Yes, thank you so much. It has, and we have lots of comments as
Yeah,
well. So I'm just scrolling through now so that I can read them out. Yabi said embarrassing moment, and I believe you mentioned that in conversation in terms of what do parents or caregivers feel, supporting a child going out on the street because, like I said, no one day is the
yeah.
same. They could be nice and calm today, and tomorrow they decide I'm going to be on top of the world. I want to explore. I want to touch. I want to feel. I want to shout. I want to scream. I want to be on the floor.
Absolutely.
No 2 days the same. So definitely, I agree with you. Yeah, be embarrassing moment. And then Abby Jacob said he made the large. Oh yeah, so you know how I asked you if you saw the autistic child who made an act. He won a Guinness World Record.
Oh, wow.
I know I saved it on my phone.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know his name, his details, but I know he was a child. And Abby Jacob has just helped us and said he made the largest art canvas. As a matter of fact, President Tinubu
Oh,
congratulated
wow.
him. So yeah, that's an autistic child. Yes, it was last week. It was last week. So yes, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you, Abby Jacob. And he also said that is why certain autistic kids are academically sound.
Mm-hmm.
Look out for those who read repetitively. Once it sticks in their brain, it stays forever. Absolutely, I agree with you. Einstein was autistic.
Yeah.
The swimmer, his name has joined me. He's autistic as well. One of the famous swimmers, he's autistic as well. So we have a lot of autistic people. That
But isn't that
some are now coming out boldly
isn't that
to say it. Yes, Adrian.
because he said now that they're academically sound?
Yes,
Yeah, an autistic child is not in a regular school or a normal school like other children. So it's an
yes,
but then it's good because when they stay in their own space, then they really do very well, right?
yes.
But it's funny how we think now because they're like that,
Do
they're not going to.
well. Yeah,
I don't know where we get that from,
yeah.
So,
I know.
yeah,
And as always, put it in perspective, is a spectrum. There's low functioning, there's high
yeah, the
functioning.
spectrum.
So we need to remember that, yes. Because even though we have those who are doing, showing us the other side, we also have those who are on the other side that can do so much more.
Yeah.
Like the high functioning is, regardless, they can still do something.
Oh, absolutely.
I know some autistic children who never learned how to they never learned how to play the piano. They just heard it and they just started playing the piano. It sounds funny, but yes, that is how good they are. They
Mm-hmm.
just run with it. The keyboard, the drums. In fact, if you watch Britain's Got Talent, I'm part of a community that a child, um, he was on Britain's Got Talent as a group of autistic, or should I say, what's the word we call now? Um,
Or
disability, learning disability.
learning
So they
disability.
had a group. Yeah, they got the golden buzzer. So some were playing the drums, some were playing the instrument and singing, and but it was just you couldn't but love it when you watch it. When you talk about empathy, compassion, you'll be yeah, that's exactly how it is. You watch it, like, oh my gosh, everyone was cheering, and you can't help but love them. So it's always, allow me to use this word for better word, to be very sad that we have some set of people who, out of ignorance or choosing to be ignorant, because again, in this day and age, you can't afford to be that, which is
No,
why we are
no.
having this
Yeah.
conversation, to let us, because we are all learning, we're all learning, because there are different things coming up in our face. You can't just afford to be ignorant and treat
Absolutely.
people anyhow or make assumptions about people and say you're stupid, you are thick, you are dumb, can't you get it right? You can't be saying things like that. You can't be using words like that on any person. Is absolutely wrong, from the pit of hell. Totally wrong. That, I don't know how that is defined or uplifting, or how that's supposed to make me smarter or better by name calling and
I
labeling.
know. I know.
um Hi, Rebecca. Thank you for joining. How are you? How's the weather where you are? Okay, so rounding off because I'm looking at the time. I'm hoping that everyone is getting value for being here. Thank you again for being here. We're talking about autism and we're raising awareness based on our life experience, based on what we know um, as part of raising awareness of autism in the month of April. They're doing our quota, like I like to say, charity. And service to humanity is the best work of life. That's from JC, from back home. So in rounding off right now, I do have a few resources in case you're like, Tokes, I've heard what you said, but I'd like to know more, or where can I go to get more information? The easy thing without doing any, is just put autism on Google. I know you could go down a rabbit hole if you choose to, but you get a general overview is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
85 degrees. Oh my gosh, I want to be there right now. Thank you, Rebecca.
That person.
That's Texas.
Oh.
No, that's not Texas actually. What part of the world are you, Rebecca? No, she's not in Texas. I got that wrong. But anyway, yes, our temperature is building up. I'm wearing sleeveless right now. Yes, I'm excited. We're calling on the good weather, and I'm wearing all the colors, so we're inviting the weather. See, you said energy, so give me energy, energy. Energy. Did you see that post? There's a small girl on Instagram that says, "Give me energy." Have you seen it? I saved it. I like things like that. Okay, so you can use my good friend Google, you can use ChatGPT, you can use YouTube, and you get a bit of understanding of what autism is, and parents and caregivers who share about it. There's also autistic.org.uk if you want to check them out. There's also autistic.speaks.org. These are just generic websites that you can just go just to have an idea of what autism is. I wonder why I'm looking there because I'm literally doing what I'm saying to you. I tapped it into Google and I said, tell me, and it's telling me, and I'm telling you. So it also says if you want to learn, it's giving us some website to kind of like learn more about the topic. I won't do that. Mind is another good place I like to refer people to go. Even I use Mind. Mental health, when you're caring for a child with learning disability, is a lot of work, and you need to be okay as well. If you're not okay, your child cannot be okay. Nobody can be okay all around you. So having that person to talk to, be the counselor or what do we call it? There's another word we call it, therapist. That's the word I'm looking for. Yes, I know those who do it every week or do it once a month just to just breathe in and out.
That's right.
I know those who go on holiday every 6 weeks just to breathe in and breathe out. Do what you have to do is what I'm trying to say to you. But if you're interested in finding more, trust me, there are resources everywhere. You can't be blind to it and pretend you don't know or you're not aware. It's just like the gospel. It's out there in the world, and we're doing our best to keep sharing, and that's what this is all about. Now, in closing, there's one before this closing. For mom and dads and carers today, for as many people who are watching right here, right now, and who will catch the replay. Yes, ma'am, I'm in Texas. Okay, so I got it right then. I don't know why I thought you were in Texas. So she is in Texas, the 85 degrees today. Okay, thank you, Rebecca. What is one simple step, Ejiro, that they can take from today to be more autism aware? So if we're saying like a takeaway that I listen to talks, I listen to Ejiro, this is what I have learned today. If there's one thing you want to, I just did my hand right now. Do you know who I did? Who talks, I'm being crazy right now. Literally Jarvis is who when I did that, I thought, oh my God, that's Jarvis, that's what she does. I'm like, what? Why did you do that? I don't know, it just came. So what is the one thing that will make them to be more, they can take away today to be more autism aware? Is there one thing one simple step they can take today to be more autism aware?
Yes, just be inclusive.
Good, I like that.
Be inclusive. Don't behave. Don't feel. Don't act like you're not aware. You do not know that it exists. And when you find yourself in that situation, put yourself forward and offer support. Be inclusive.
I like that.
Don't leave them. Don't step away. It's a huge. Trust me. It's it's going to be so huge if, for example, then that helping hand, when you see a mom, a dad,
Yeah.
a, 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 um, a caregiver, right?
Yes.
Just trying to handle, because we all know that when they're outside, because of the energy they feel, they
Yeah.
scream, they create tantrum, they're trying to express themselves, and they feel nobody gets it, nobody
Yeah.
understands. So there's going to be a lot of sort of, in quote, what you would call acting up.
Yeah.
Please just show kindness to whoever is in that situation at that time. You know, stand close, just
Yeah.
say it's fine, don't
Yes.
to make them feel, I just cannot wait to get out of here. Today is just horrible for me.
Mm.
If you're standing there with an autistic child who's throwing a tantrum, who's having a fit, or who's been triggered, and
Yes.
I come and I say, Tux, are you okay?
Mm.
Is there any help? I know it's going off, but are you all right? It's
Yeah.
gonna mean a lot to you.
Mm.
You understand? Or I mean, do we need to just move away from here? Maybe you're in a group and like, okay, maybe we need to step away. Maybe he's seeing us or she's seeing us and not feeling
Yeah.
comfortable. And like, okay, Tux, don't worry, we're gonna move out of this area so that you can just,
Yes.
little things like that go a long way. They really
Absolutely.
go a long way. So be inclusive. Do
Yeah.
not do not stand in your glorified ignorance and just stay there and just be like, oh, they
Glorified
started
ignorance.
started again. Whole thing. Then my whole
Mm.
day. Show kindness, show compassion,
Yeah.
empathy. Just be inclusive and show support.
I
That will go
like it.
a long way. A long way.
I like it. I like it. Thank you. Definitely. Definitely. I agree with you on that. You know, yeah, being inclusive is really the right word to use. And even at places of work as well. I'm just thinking autistic children that are high functioning, and they want to work. The statistics show that they are not able to keep a job. And so being more inclusive definitely will help
Will
adults,
definitely help them
young adults, and adults
to function.
to feel inclusive. Yeah, to feel inclusive, like they're part of. Okay, in closing, if you could leave us with one message about autism, and that's me rounding off right now for everyone. Thank you so much for being here. What would it be?
I would come back and say empathy
Mm,
for who's now for anybody who is autistic.
yes.
One thing you need to have for them and show to them is empathy. You need to know,
Mm,
for anybody who's autistic, who has autism, one thing they desire, they need is empathy.
mm.
That'll be it.
Okay.
Empathy.
Thank you so much.
Because we already know now that they're not functioning in the way that you think they are,
You expect them to.
and
Yes.
all of that. So if you have empathy and you show empathy towards them,
Yes.
it's going to make you
Yes.
understand them better without being judgmental.
Mm.
So, because autism is not an illness,
No, it's not.
disease. So
Mm.
you're the one who needs to walk yourself to know now that, because you're aware that empathy is not an illness,
Mm.
is not a disease, is not a stigma, is nothing. When
Yeah.
when your heart is full and you just think, oh, wow, you have to have empathy.
Yes.
You come
Absolutely.
across someone who's autistic, you need to have a lot of empathy.
Absolutely. Now, just before I wanted to do my closing, I saw a question from AB Jacob, and I think he was making reference to energy that we were talking about, which you started the conversation on. And he said, can you please clarify the perspective in terms of autism? Do they sense energy in a spiritual sense? Full stop. And he said, if so, autistic kids can be reliable indicators of wrong people around them.
Oh, 100%. I said, during the conversation that when you when you
Yes.
step in a room where you have an autistic person, child or adult, right? They
Yes.
and you might think they don't sense your energy. They do. They're,
Yeah.
that's why sometimes if you come around, there's gonna be some sort of rejection on them. So they start acting up, they start getting like maybe anxious and nervous, or they just want because they can it's like having a third eye. They can
Yeah.
feel it. They know you're not right. They know
Mm.
you're judging them somehow. They know you're looking at them somehow. They
Mm.
know that you're feeling like maybe they have something wrong with
With
them on how
them.
your body language is communicating. So they do sense it. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. They can tell when there's a wrong energy. I was telling my friend that,
Yeah.
and I said, this child knows exactly those who are wrong around you. Those that they do, they will feel it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
tell that this is not, it's like that spirit you're talking about. They know. We all believe there's something about spirits, isn't it?
Yes.
Where you're like, the normal person isn't seeing it, but that's the spirit is, you can feel it, right?
Mm.
They do.
Yes.
I believe that they do. So they can be looking at you in a funny way,
Mm.
waiting to leave or waiting for, and you might be surprised. We know that they act on impulse. They might strike you
Mm.
quick.
Mm.
Do you understand? They might do something, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not paying attention. You're distracted,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like something is off.
Yeah.
So they needed to. What I do is a person centered. That is what you need to understand that person.
Yeah.
Positive behavior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Practice
Yes.
is that you need is a person centered, person focus. You don't.
Yeah. It's not one size fits all. It's me and you. Me
Yes,
and you, one to one.
yes. You need to understand that person. You need to understand what triggers them, what they like, what they don't. And we work with
Mm.
people to tell them this is how you should handle it. When they have these triggers, this is what you need to do. This is how
Yes.
you act. It's not the
That's right.
traditional way. You
Mm.
need to understand. You need to target what the triggers are, not the behavior, not what is resulting. What is the trigger?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you leaving this AirPods here? You don't like
Mm.
it, move it away. Instead of saying, Mark, stop screaming, and the AirPods are still there.
Yeah.
This is a trigger. It's
Yeah.
not Mark. Take this away. So you need to understand.
Yeah.
Saying after
Absolutely.
that action, yes, they feel. The amazing,
Just to add,
the amazing thing
yeah,
about this, I know we're out of time. The amazing thing about this is that this is not only for those who are for autistic people or those who are
I
going.
was just going to add say that now. You so you took it right
I
out of my
love,
mouth. Yes.
I absolutely love what I do because it's positive behavior practice. You need to, do you understand?
Mm.
We're understanding behavioral patterns,
Yes. Yes.
behavioral
Absolutely.
patterns, and how you need to take them out,
Yeah.
cope them, do something about them, understand the triggers. Yes, so it's. I think it can go around every aspect of life, really, not just for autism.
Of course, and that's what I was going to add to what you said, that even a baby will be like that as well, and even animals will be like that as well. You'll be surprised how spirit calls out to spirit, and how energy you get into a room, everywhere lights up, brights up, and you can feel a change in atmosphere. If you're that spiritual, you will know.
Energy
I don't
don't
know
lie.
if
Have you
sorry,
heard the saying say energy don't lie?
no, I've never heard that before.
You
No,
heard that energy
no.
don't lie? Hmm.
No, I haven't. But
Yeah,
I agree because it's what is inside, it's what you're carrying, your essence. You ooze it out, and it's what is in you that will. It's just like a toothpaste. When you press it under pressure, it's what is in there that will come. And regardless of who you are is who you are.
that's it.
And you know how, again, not deviating, but just to use for illustration, how they say the love of money is the root of all evil. The reality is that whether you have money or you don't have money, when you eventually have money, who you are is who you are. You will still behave because money is not changing you. It's
money,
not changing
money,
you. Who you are is who you are.
money is just illuminated. Is bringing out the real you.
So if you are greedy, if you are hungry, if you're a narcissist, if you are stingy, if you're all of that, the moment you have money, it's just going to be
It's
magnified.
a
And if you're a giver, you give to
yeah.
charity, you buy for friends. When you have money, that's exactly what's going to happen. You just do it, just magnifies who you are. It doesn't
Absolutely.
take away, it magnifies, it literally blows you up, and like, it becomes very obvious who you are.
Yeah. That's when, do you know this thing about givers never lack? And I was reading something because I do a lot of research and reading.
Yeah.
I was reading something talked about like if you're a giver,
Yes.
marry, be with, date, be in the company of givers as well.
Mm,
Because there's something that cannot stop you. It's just because it's
mm,
natural, is the natural trait, it's just who you are.
mm,
But if you're not around givers as well,
mm.
you're around takers, then they drain. It's like they're gonna suck everything out of you. So
Fire
you don't.
extinguishers, that's
Yeah,
what I call them.
exactly. So
Quench
yeah,
everything.
and it's interesting to know that in whatever form of giving or generosity or whatever, however you want to put
Benevolence,
it, that we
yes.
are, it has nothing to do with the material, the materialistic,
That's
the physical
right.
or the tangibility of it, right?
That's
if,
right.
if you are naturally a good person giver, you can you'll easily take.
Feels like you froze there for a minute. Okay. Is
It
it
was
my
really,
network or your network?
yeah, it was,
Okay, you're back.
yeah. So you easily give out of the little you have. You don't need to have. Some people say, "Oh, I don't have until I have so much."
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you don't need to have.
That's not the spirit.
You
No.
need
Yeah, I agree totally.
the little that. Do you understand that? And then
That's right. And that's why I said what is in you is what is going to come out. It really does. So when people, I just use that illustration to explain is that, yes, spirit call out to spirit. And so some people will connect. I'll use myself as a very good example. For as many people who don't know, my first name is Omoumi. And if, for those who don't know the meaning, it means I love children. Either by virtue of the name or by virtue of my spirit, because I genuinely love children. Everywhere I go, babies are always coming to me. People are always you have to get to your point. I'm like, I'm not having any, all of you. I don't know if you had a meeting and they said when you see her, no more children, door closed, I'm giving it out to everybody. Lord, supply their need. I'm like, no, don't look at me funny. But this is what we're saying, who you are.
yes,
You can't hide it. It's only a matter of time. Even if you're quiet and all of those things, and you're just like, I don't want to, let people know. It's only a matter of time. Who you are will come out. Your light
absolutely.
will shine eventually. So thank you, Jacob, every Jacob. He said, now I understand their sensory perceptions are out of the ordinary.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Vision. Yes, indeed. Now, so that I don't drag up, because we could be here till forever, and I'm glad you are still here with us. Thank you so much. I don't take it for granted. Now, if I could leave you with one message about autism, this is what I would say. Autism is not a puzzle to be solved. It is the perspective to be understood. And that is why I am passionate about sharing this message so that you could see things from different perspectives. It's not just one-way traffic.
Yeah,
It's not microwave 3 seconds and food is done. Every autistic person brings a unique way of experiencing the world. I just told you about, well, we found out about the Guinness World Record of a child who
yeah.
just did beautiful canvas, who is autistic, who, in quote, he could have been deemed useless, dummy, cannot do anything.
Exactly,
So they
exactly.
have, yeah, so they come with different strengths, different challenges. Yes, there is a challenge. I'm not being like, oh my gosh, I'm just picking up. Yes, there is challenge. It's real. And beauty as well. Like I said, when they say the first word, mama, or they do the puzzle, or they ride the bicycle, they play the drums. Yes, that's beauty. And as parents, caregivers, friends, educators, our job isn't to fix them, but to embrace them,
That's it.
to empower them, and elevate their voice and their journey. So see the world through their lens,
Yeah.
and you will begin to see possibilities where others see limitations. So that is my word for you that I'm hoping that you will take away with you. Now, to close out this session, I'll say, wow, what a rich and I see I'm playing with words now. Eye-opening conversation we've had. A huge thank you to you, Ejiro Daniels, for sharing your wisdom, your heart, and your expertise with us tonight. You have given us such powerful perspective, not just about autism, because we talked about different things, but on the importance of leading with understanding, patience, and compassion, which you used a lot of the time. You did a lot of patience, you did a lot
Yeah.
of compassion. Now, to everyone who has tuned in, you know, joined in this conversation, thank you for showing up. There is no me. I couldn't be talking to myself all by myself. I could, but that is not the goal for today. I want to say, whether you're a parent, you're an educator or an ally, this is just the beginning. Autism Awareness Month is more than one conversation. Is about a commitment to learn, to unlearn, and keep creating inclusive spaces for every child and for every family. You know how Yabi said, embarrassing moment. We don't want that to be the story anymore.
Yeah.
Now, this is the first of many talks that I'll be having in the month of April. So stay tuned. If you found this very useful, please share with a friend, tag a friend, or start a conversation with your own circle. And if you have any questions at all, or a reflection, just drop them in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Together, we'll be building a more informed and are you hearing the words I'm using? Compassionate community.
You
Thank you once
have,
again.
you have
And I
right.
will see you again next time. So to you, Jiro, thank you so much once again.
Thank-
If you want to say any last word, this is a good time to say it.
I was just saying that you have picked all the keywords. So very good. Really great.
Okay. Thank you, AB Jacob. Definitely, I'll keep you informed there. If you please follow Ejiro if you're not following her already. Follow me, I'll follow you back, and follow Wayne Nation as well. And we collaborate and we do a lot of work together. I work with Ejiro. She's my boss as well in another group. So today here she's my guest. But yes, ultimately I'm excited.
Yes.
So without much ado, thank you everyone. God bless you. Have a
No,
good night rest, and I'll see you again.
oh,
Bye. Bye, Mama. That's my mom. Bye.
oh, she's always here. Nice to have you always.
Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you so much. I'm going to
you.
log out now. I don't want to be rude. Bye,
Bye.
everyone. God bless.